partially functional. Half of me is comfortable, the other half is close to the cliff, like Mrs. Huxtable. These boys got them hostess and clips, they pack like Lunchables, like white boys in grade school, while we ate school-made food, just eyeing they shit. Wish I was trying they shit.
What's going on, boxing fans? Julian Williams here at the distance. Got a video for you guys. This is a prediction for the upcoming bout between Eduardo Escebedo and Billy Dib. Bout takes place at 126 pounds on March the 6th on the undercard of Daniel Gile and another dude, I don't know how to pronounce his name, starts with an O, which is the IBF middleweight bout. So pretty much this bout is of course, for the IBF Featherweight Championship, puts together the challenger, Eduardo Escebedo, and champion Billy Dib. So, pretty much, coming into this fight, I know that I'm probably not going to get too many views in this video, and that's okay, you know, but I just think that this could be an interesting fight for Billy Dib. So coming into this fight, Eduardo Escebedo has been on a winning streak ever since his loss against Daniel Ponce de Leon back in 2007. And he did give de Leon trouble early on, you know, with his straight counter shots and his movement. And he still kind of does the same thing. You know, he seems to be a counter puncher. He's a counter puncher. He will throw single shots when he's taking the lead, and he will move. He'll utilize his lateral movement to his advantage. So this overall, you know, this could be a very interesting fight for Billy Dib, who comes in a straight line, you know, and but sometimes he comes in off the jab and looks to land the right hand, looks to outwork his opponent. But just overall, Billy Dib, you know, is very, you know, he's another fighter. He will stand out on the outside and he'll look for his openings. While on the other hand, you have Eduardo Escebedo, who'll stand on the outside and wait for his opponent to come after him so he can look for his own openings. So, you know, it's interesting, but let's just this is just like I said, this is an interesting fight, but I don't think it's going to be the most exciting. I just don't think it's going to be the most exciting. I think the better boxer will win this fight, hands down. So, first off, for Eduardo Escebedo, of course, Escebedo's going to have to wait for Billy Dib on the outside, but also when Billy Dib is waiting, he may want to come in and use his jab and look to land a short right hand against Dib and tie up. I think that tying up is going to be very important for Escebedo in a fight against Billy Dib, who's very dependent on his hand speed and work rate and his movement. So I think that tying up is going to be very crucial for Escebedo in this fight. He needs to land his shots and tie up like right away, or stand close to Dib. You know, kind of you know, take his reach away, and stand in front of him to kind of take his movement away a little bit, you know, to make it kind of look like he's controlling the fight. So, and also as Dib comes in, because Dib squares up when he comes in that straight line, you know, he needs to look to land the right hand as he's walking in. He needs to catch him walking in the shots, use movement, and pivot his body to the point to where, you know, he's hitting and landing on Dib in places he hasn't been hit before. You know, like, I think that's pretty much the way to beat Dib, is you have to use a lot of angles, you have to use a lot of feints, you have to use a lot of lateral movement, and you have to look to find your shots from odd places in the ring. And I think that's just pretty much the way to beat a Billy Dib. Angles, movement, but also I just add the element of tying up, because a fighter that's dependent on that work rate, most of the time when you hit them, they're going to come back with 3 or 4 punches. You know, because it's going to look good to the judges. So they're going to come back with 2 or 3 punches, and as they come back with 2 or 3 punches, you know, they're ahead of you on the punch stats from time to time. So I think that tying up is going to be important. Look to land a short right hand on the inside. Look to look to end exchanges with left and right hooks, and to the body, of course. And I think he can very well win this, you know, especially if he stands on the outside and he fights a very patient, very technical, very calm, and tranquil type fight. On the other hand, you have Billy Dib. Billy Dib is going to have the hand speed and the foot speed advantage. I think in this fight, he's going to have a high punch output, because the counter puncher is going to wait for you to take the lead. They're going to hit you with the clean shots. But just overall, if you go in and you just go in and you start throwing punches, kind of amateurish, it looks good to some judges. I think he needs to be very dependent on that work rate, come in behind the jab, and follow up the jab with combination shots. Look to kind of set up little traps in the ring for Escobedo. Use the jab. Move to a certain part of the ring, or make him commit to certain parts of the ring using the feint, and just wail away. Back him up. That's pretty much going to be the main key, is to try to back up Escobedo and fire off your combinations. That's going to be the main key for Dib in this fight. Combination punches, high punch output, good lateral movement, setting up Escobedo in parts of the ring. Set him up in corners. Look to try to come underneath Escobedo's jab. Look to kind of try to come underneath it with the right hand and move. I think Dib does need to focus a little more on slipping punches and trying to come underneath punches more so than taking the lead and throwing punches. But I think he does all right with what he does now. But if he comes back to the American or the UK scene, I think he does need to work a lot more on his lateral movement. And not necessarily lateral movement, but being a little bit slicker on his upper body movement. He needs to work a lot on his slickness and looking to not throw more meaningful shots instead of 100 pork barrel shots. But he gets away with a lot of stuff because he's very quick, very agile, and from time to time he can be very wild in the ring. But overall, I'm going to go with Billy Dib in this fight. I think Billy Dib is going to come in, he's going to outwork. He's going to just work throughout the rounds, and he's going to get this win. So I think, and not only that, but I think that the talent that Dib has faced is probably a little bit better than the talent that Escobedo has faced. So I'm going to go with Billy Dib in this one. So all right, peeps, I'm out of here. That was Distance. Thanks for watching. Peace.
Who put the deal on the map? Who made it happen? Who's snapping and clapping in my rap? It must be that motherfucker lying to you. Who you trying to fool? I ain't buying it.